What's going on, y'all? Another week, another geek. We're back at it with another episode of the Why I'm Geek show with your homies AJ and ChrisyLite. This is episode 192, and it's fantastic for a time. Most anticipated movie of Marvel. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. Chris, how you feeling today? Brody.
Doing good, man. Doing good. I know you're fresh off of Fantastic Four, so I'm excited to see your thoughts on this one. You know, Marvel. We looking forward to Fantastic Four for quite a while, thinking stuff's gonna start rolling with this one, and there's a lot to talk about in this pod. But I'm doing good. G, how you doing?
I'm great, bro. I'm great. Only thing that was bad today is that we had Snorer in the movie, but it wasn't
understandable.
It wasn't a like OD snore or take up the whole movie. It wasn't a seat over for me, but like the movie was loud enough for the most part, and like, you could kind of like drown it out. But it was kind of funny though. I'm not gonna count.
Yeah.
Like I'm not the person.
I've never had a snore in the movie theater, so.
But it's not like, what's crazy about it is that he wasn't snoring like from watching the movie. He was snoring since the previews. So since he sat down, basically, since I got there and I walked past and I sat down, because I try to get to the movies a little bit later now. So I don't have to watch all the trailers, so I don't get spooked. I mean, not spooked, but spoiled on every single thing. Try to get there a little bit later now. And he was up when I got there, but as soon as I sat down, not even 5 minutes later, this man started sleeping. So he was not there to see the movie. The movie was there to see him. You know what I'm saying? He had his little kid. He passed with some nachos every couple naps later. He wake up a little bit and go right back. And I was just like, bro, this is nuts. This is nuts. But other than that, it was a good day. It was a good day.
Nice.
But
nice.
Let's freaking do it, bro. This has been long awaited, just questioned, because the state of Marvel right now is not in a state of chaos, but it's a state of uncertainty and not really knowing necessarily like, can they pull it off? Because they banking a lot on Avengers Doomsday. Computer just updated. They're banking a lot on Avengers Doomsday, and this is like what the title says, the first steps really towards that. So first impressions of the Fantastic Four by themselves, not considering the whole movie. Like let's just get the core four together. How are you feeling about this rendition of the Fantastic Four, Chris?
I thought they were pretty solid. I thought overall they're all pretty solid. Is Johnny Storm?
Yep, Human Torch.
The Human Torch. It felt really weird to see this type of version, just because I'm so used to like the Chris Evans one, growing up.
Didn't see the Michael B one. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Yeah, let's not talk about that one. Just being like a much more hot-headed character overall and flamboyant, kind of embodying like if someone had like fire powers, that always made sense growing up. So to see this one a little bit more dialed back, it was cool. I would say overall, like Sue like stole the show, in my opinion, with her story, the acting, the abilities. Just overall, I thought she was like the best Fantastic Four character. And I mean, the thing's the thing. Like, I kind of feel like we could have got a little bit more from him, but overall, from being like the first time seeing the Fantastic Four in the MCU like this, I thought they overall were just solid. It was really good, and they gelled pretty well together. How'd you feel about the four, and was there a character that you didn't like as much as the other?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll start with this though. So going into this, once it first announced who the Fantastic Four were going to be, I was like, oh no, they don't fumble.
Yeah,
they don't fumble the bag.
it looked weird.
It looked weird because two of these people are coming off of Gladiator 2. One person I didn't know, other person I love, and is on one of my favorite shows, aka The Thing, right? From and his name Ebon Moss-Bachrach, right? The boy Richie. So not a lot of excitement there. The Pedro fatigue is in full effect right now. I'm gonna be honest with you, and I try my best not to fall victim to it, but I think part of acting, this is me. I'm not no actor, but like part of the allure of acting in movies and stuff like that is that you become those characters, and then once you're outside of it, just like there's a mystique about you, you know. And after seeing Pedro Pascal in so many different things, all I see is Pedro Pascal when I see him on the screen, you know, not necessarily Mr. Fantastic, not Reed Richards. And I tried to throw that out of my mind once I got there, but like as the movie kept progressing, I still feel like there's still more for him to tap into if he wants to bring the best out of the character. I agree that Sue Storm stole the show, rightly so. She had a freaking baby, right? You know.
Oh dang!
Like, what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Like that to me, having a baby in space, and then also having the whole like come to Jesus moment with the crowd, essentially, and stating her case and bringing all the people together, and her having that big monologue and stuff like that, and even the arguments was just like, oh nah, she's in her bag right now. So hats off to Vanessa Kirby. Human Torch, I'm not mad at the rendition of Johnny Storm, but I wasn't a fan of his character in Gladiator 2. But like, even I think he's in Stranger Things too.
Yeah,
he's in Stranger Things. I like his character in Stranger Things. But like, I think Johnny Storm was like kind of like half and half for me. Some portions I like, some portions I don't, but not necessarily due to his acting, mainly more so because of like what they kind of had him doing, and then like you said, what we know the character to be. And I feel like that Johnny got nerfed a little bit as from a personality standpoint, and we had to do a lot of the heavy lifting as far as like what our imagination kind of was doing throughout the movie to, you know, keep that same flair up. And then as far as like The Thing, I think for me, they just didn't really do nothing with him.
Yeah.
You know, like he had a love interest that didn't go anywhere. But like outside of that, he was just on uncle duty the whole time pretty much.
Yeah.
So there's not necessarily a lot to write home about. I didn't dislike him, but like, I think for me, the only character I really didn't mess with was Reed Richards, who was Mr. Fantastic throughout the whole movie. Just because it's not even a sense of like the writing was bad for the character. I just think tonally, Pedro Pascal has not risen to the level of like desperation that his face will show you. Like his face, he can act his butt off with his face, but like the voice and the projection, there's no change in like tone. It was just kind of like the whole way through, like very steady. Versus like what was actually happening around him, like, you know, I just feel like that's like, and his characters have been like that in a lot of movies recently, where it's like they don't never like, they kind of just on cruise control a lot of times. So overall, they are, like they're not terrible. I'm not mad that they are Fantastic Four for the MCU, and I think they could still get better. But as far as like a first showing, it's like it's okay. I'm not mad at it, But
Sounds like you're a little mad at it.
no,
like
I'm just not overly geeked about it though. Like usually, like I think that's really what it is.
Yeah.
Because usually, like if I really like something, like I have like a different energy about it. But like with this, because I guess I can go into like my thoughts about the movie a little bit. Before we just dive into everything, I just feel like the Fantastic Four itself, like the movie itself, was a lot of like, us kind of seeing the Fantastic Four do things and time moving past. Like I felt like the story itself wasn't like exciting is not the right word, but like I guess it's too many montages that aren't necessarily building to anything, because what they're montaging is almost like it's specifically like with like all the different equations and trials and stuff like that they was doing. It's just like stuff we can't really understand. But there's like visually, there's nothing that's like, oh man, like I can see exactly what is going on. Like if you could compare it to like the montages we see in Iron Man, where it's like I feel like it's a little bit more tangible. But if he's just writing on the chalkboard and squiggling lines up there, I don't know what I'm looking at, So
okay,
I feel like that was like a lot of the movie as far as like pace, and more so like just like the outside of the action pieces, and it's when there wasn't like a direct dialogue happening. It was a lot of like the Fantastic Four doing this, we're gonna watch them do this thing for an uncertain amount of time, and then we're gonna get to the next thing, and we're gonna do that again. I feel like there was like 3 stages of that until we got to like the main clash. Does that make sense?
I might need to watch the movie again because I mean, I would definitely say when I watched it, like it definitely kind of feels a little slow and the pacing isn't the best. And like just since we're already kind of getting in the movie, one thing with like Mr. Fantastic that I really didn't like was that just naturally writing on the chalkboard, I just feel like the whole gimmick of him like stretching his arm and writing, it's such an easy thing to do, and we didn't get that. Like I don't know why Mr. Fantastic. They do it one time.
He did it once, and it was for the kids. It wasn't even for like when he was doing a little demonstration of like, oh, let me blow something up. Like,
yeah, I just feel like Mr. Fantastic specifically, like he should have been using his powers like naturally more normal, and him not doing it often just made it seem very just Pedro Pascal, like
owning it in.
Yeah, like I don't know, watching a superhero movie, like if he's naturally a stretchy rubber man, just do stuff like that normally.
Yeah.
And I just kind of felt like he just preferred to be a human most of the time, which kind of just threw me off until like the very end.
It's almost you forget that he can do all that stuff.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way. It was like,
because if you look at it like Sue, I mean the thing is the thing the whole time, but Sue and Johnny were actively using their powers whenever they needed to.
Yeah,
whether it was dodging like a conversation. Naturally. Yeah, like whether it was dodging a conversation or if it was just to light up the room when there's a power.
Light up the room. Yeah. And it just seemed like Mr. Fantastic just chose not to do some stretchiness when he could have.
Yeah.
Maybe he's just so smart that he's like, that's a waste of my powers. But it just felt weird because we already seen that. But like overall for the movie, I would definitely say it has this weird pacing, but I kind of feel like they did it on purpose because they kind of wanted to switch up the Marvel formula. They wanted the movie to be a little bit different than generic Marvel.
It
I
definitely
wasn't
felt
sure.
throwback. It definitely felt throwback.
Yeah, it didn't feel like their previous formula that they used, and I wasn't
Mm-hmm.
sure if it was because they were trying to do like a seriousness of actually setting up the Fantastic Four. Because I do agree with you. You made a point that there were some moments where like the jokes kind of hit and then it didn't hit, and I wasn't sure if it was like the character, was it delivery, or just the tone of the movie overall.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, the movie had this weird pacing that I felt was not really Marvel
Mm-hmm.
E. I know these words just sound so crazy. Just wasn't normal Marvel type movie, and I feel like that was on purpose to try to like roll it into like a new gear of what we're trying to get to,
What
and
did we
kind of just
gain
throw off
from
the
that
movie a little
though?
bit. I just think they're just trying to get away from that silliness that people really complain about in normal Marvel movies. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like we don't want to introduce the Fantastic Four and they have the
And
same
being a
type of
joke.
tropes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they on purposely made this tonally like that, especially if we're rolling into like Doomsday, which is probably another thing you just said that is probably going to be the highlight of this whole podcast. They're throwing a lot of eggs in their basket now that we've seen the
Mm-hmm.
first steps. Like that movie is going to have to be a 10 out of 10 because I feel like that tone of this movie is clearly to get everyone ready. Like, yo, we're gonna have to be in another atmosphere for Doomsday to be like popping off. Like, yeah, we'll throw some jokey jokes in there, and we probably save the good ones for that movie, but don't expect a whole lot. Like we going for the top spot.
I'd say that the jokes weren't any like I don't feel like they made less jokes. I just feel like it's a little bit more focus to them. Like not everybody's trying to be the funniest. It's kind of
Yeah, yeah,
what they're doing. But like I feel like the only thing that I really didn't like so much about the movie was how like outside of the Fantastic Four and then the main two antagonists in Galactus and um Shalabal, aka the Silver Surfer, the Herald of Galactus, was that everybody else kind of just felt like fodder. Like they didn't really answer to nobody. They answered to the press a little bit, but like the way that they positioned the Fantastic Four was like
yeah, yeah,
they're the first family, right? So like they're
mhm,
the most important people on the planet,
yeah.
and we didn't see them really have no relations with anybody out of the first 5 minutes of like that had any importance. And I feel like if they had focused a little bit more on not just telling the Fantastic Four story, but also telling the stories around the other people that play a factor into the greater Fantastic Four lore, then it would have been a much more like solid is not the word, but like it would have been a more, I don't even know how to describe it. Like I guess consistent movie to like because there would be certain times where it's like the seriousness of the conversation meets the level of like what we're actually seeing. So like
I
that.
mean, go ahead.
So I was gonna say like two instances of that was um Johnny and Shala Ball when we get that payoff with him cracking the code of her language, and then also the you can call it a fight, but like the conversation between Sue Storm and Mr. Fantastic, right? So like in one instance, the fight about if they're gonna allow their son to be taken away, and him having the thoughts like, man, this probably be the best option, and things like that, and then fighting about it, versus the Shia LaBeouf conversation that has been building throughout the movie. One rose to the occasion, aka the Johnny Storm Silver Surfer one, and then one kind of fell flat because of basically because it was a one-sided argument in a sense, because he didn't really argue back. So I just feel like there's different points in this movie that are like, oh nah, like they actually took the steps to make a payoff, and there's other portions where it's like, nah, we just have to do this to kind of not necessarily cover our tracks, but like this is just a part of like the story a little bit. You get what I'm saying?
Not really.
Dang, I gotta explain it better. I don't know. I just,
cause like I feel like the story that they went with was like like the Fantastic Four is a family, and
yes,
having the storyline that they have a kid made it more like secluded, that this is a family isolated, and what are we gonna do? And it kind of makes sense in this universe where the Fantastic Four are the only superheroes in the universe. And their decision is they're trying to make it as a family. And it becomes like kind of what Sue is saying, like, we're not gonna, as a family, we're not gonna like sacrifice one of our own to save us. And to us, like, you guys are our family too. So we're not gonna just sit here and like up and leave the universe and leave y'all to die, because like y'all are our family too, and we're not gonna sacrifice
one of our own.
Yeah, pretty much like one of our own, like we're all in this together. So it's kind of like I felt like that whole speed run in the beginning was to show like the Fantastic Four doing Fantastic Four stuff, them gaining all the clout, Sue gaining all like the political power and stuff like that. And then we get into the real movie, which is like a secluded family, them trying to figure out like what does it mean and what should we do? And Mr. Fantastic and Sue having that back and forth. It's kind of like you know, knowing Mr. Fantastic already ran through all the possibilities, and not wanting to start the conversation anyway, and then the mom knowing, like, with like motherly instincts, like that's not an option, like, anyway, so don't even like bring it up. And he's like, no, I ain't bringing it up. Like, that's so it just seems like all of it is like family oriented, like,
right,
like how in a family do you have those conversations when you know, like, you know, that's not a touchy subject, you know, that's a touchy subject for family members. So we gotta be careful with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I just wish it wasn't as like, I don't want to say agreeable, but like I just wish she was able to explain it better, in a sense of like, I'm just trying to come up with a solution, instead of just like being like, no, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. Is kind of what I'm getting at. Because it's like the Sue Storm aspect of it, like she did have the speech outside of the building, but like she didn't go back to the United Nations thing and like have a press conference about that. Like, so like the things that we saw them do early on, they didn't do later on. They kind of isolated, they isolated
they came
themselves.
up with the plan, and then all the nations came together. They said that though.
Yeah, they came together, but I'm saying
powers,
I'm saying like those, like before the montage of that, I'm saying like before, when they were trying to come up with it, I'm saying like I would have wished that, like, because we got, my thing is because we got Johnny's side of it. Like we literally saw Johnny put the pieces together. But like with Sue, I wish we could have saw her put more of like like try to keep the nations at bay until they figure out a solution, versus just like time just skipping ahead. Is kind of what I'm trying to say. Like they pick and choose where they wanted to dive a little bit deeper into it, and like I guess because she had her moment already.
Yeah, I just kind of feel like it, unless Doctor Doom, which they showed like his nation, but he wasn't at the table.
Yeah.
Unless it had an interaction with him, I kind of wouldn't care. Like
that, and
the nation stuff doesn't seem like those characters would have mattered. Do you know what I mean?
So that was gonna be my next point, which is like you show us Latvia. If you showed us more antagonist side of things, like the as the Fantastic Four are taking measures and taking steps to prepare for Galactus' arrival, I would have loved to see Galactus not even like it didn't have to be a lot, but just like Silver Surfer going reporting to him what she's seeing, and or like them having a conversation of like, oh, go make sure that they can't do this, or go make sure they can't do that. Like just have some back and forth between the antagonist and the protagonist, because like if they had showed, if in my head canon of what I thought was going to happen whenever they lit the teleporters up, was that it was going to light all of them up except Latvia. Latvia was going to be the only one that was not going to go, and that was going to be the reason why they couldn't teleport the planet.
I mean, I like that idea too. That doesn't sound bad.
And it doesn't even require us to be shown Doom to be shown. They could still wait at that point. But it's like, and then it could have been like, yeah, we have a complicated history with said person, you know, to where it's like it didn't necessarily work. But they chose the other option, which was also good too. Which was the Charlotte Ball coming in and destroying a lot of the teleporters. But go ahead.
Like I just feel like they on purpose did that to not take away from the Fantastic Four movie. Mm-hmm. Like they didn't want to add those elements.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I feel like even if they did add that, which I would have been fine with, it's kind of like throwing in another character to the story that's not actually gonna change it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but that's why
that Dr. Doom sabotaged the planet is not gonna change it. And then second of all, they didn't introduce Dr. Doom in the movie.
Yeah,
we would only know secondhand knowledge, like, and
we know
that's kind of not how they roll. You know, they'd rather who did it, what's their motivation, blah 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 blah.
Right.
And the Silver Surfer coming in and destroying it makes it like much better, because then the impact of the message becomes more like clear. Like, we're trying to survive too. Your planet lived, but you're pretty much already choosing us to die. And then she ultimately makes the sacrifice at the end. So it's kind of like you kind of need the Silver Surfer. She was already in the movie. We need her to do something.
Yeah. That's why I was saying, like, I wish it was more like, that's why I'm saying it doesn't necessarily have to be Dr. Doom in it or whatever, but just more so like some more back and forth between them and Galactus being on the ship or whatever. And it's like, a little bit of back and forth of like, all right, we're almost there. Just something. Just a little bit more Galactus, bro. Just a little bit more Galactus. Because when we seen him, it was like he had never destroyed a planet before. And it was his first time.
Really?
With the way they beat him? Yes. Like, bro, they tried to use a fake, to trick him.
Yeah.
I just thought, like, I didn't think that was a good idea.
Well,
like, I just wasn't.
You have to also take into account, like, this is like Plan D. Like, like all the plans to defeat Galactus are like out the window. So
I know. I'm just saying, like, because we saw in the trailer him stepping on Earth. I like the fact that they evacuated everybody underground. I like all the measures that they took to make sure that the plan kind of worked. But even like the fact that, like you said, that this was a Plan D moment, but like the whole aspect of Galactus, like literally all he can do is walk. Like I just wish I just want to know more about him because he literally has power cosmic, right? So for him just to get pushed out of reality or this universe somewhere else, not necessarily taking anything away from Sue Storm. I just feel like the whole like, oh, I'm about to step into the box. Oh wait, he's not there. Type of situation was just not good enough for me. Of a like initial interaction, and I was like, this is never going to work. Because how are you going to hold them there for 35 seconds anyway? And that was never like it's like it was too matter of fact the way that they was moving for me. Where it's like I just wasn't as bought in as I felt like I could have been if I knew a little bit more, if I had a little bit more context to like not necessarily who Galactus is as a like a entity or like his original background or anything like that, but just like see how he's moving. And I'm sure it costs too much money, probably, or whatever. But I feel like
like you just have the idea that they shouldn't have been able to defeat him.
Yeah, like I thought they were gonna lose.
Yeah,
initially. So the fact that they won is almost a knock to me, but they didn't win. Silver Surfer won for them. So there's that, and there was repercussions, which I did like that. And allow for the baby to come back and show us that it does have the power that Galactus says he has. And boom, goes the dynamite. So
I just feel like if his name wasn't Galactus, I feel like you'd feel differently. Like I feel like because you know how important of a character Galactus is, it makes you feel differently that they beat him. But if it was just like a world eater that's just devouring,
is that a
planet,
bad thing?
Because it's just like, so going into it, I thought Galactus would win too, but the fact that they won was surprising to me. Like I was like, oh, okay, wow, they actually beat him. Like, but then again, it makes me think they didn't really beat him; they just teleported him away.
Yeah,
and
while their plan the inevitable.
Kind of, it's just like a delay in the inevitable, and this time he's not going to take them for pesky bugs because it kind of felt like, he done this forever. La-di-da-di-da, I'm just gonna keep walking, and it makes sense for him to like be careful because he needs to absorb Franklin, not like murder him.
Yeah,
and he probably just murders planets instead. Just grind them up and eat them. So it's just
but my thing is
for me.
Okay, go ahead. Nah, go ahead. You finish.
Yeah, just for them beating them at all, I was like, yo, they got crazy lucky.
Yeah,
and for me, my only problem was that tiny triangle was just way too unbelievable to keep him in that. Yeah, if it was a little bigger, I'd have been more believable.
That's what I'm saying.
It's just so tiny.
That's literally what I'm trying to say. It's just
but I feel
I'm not mad.
Even
I'm not.
If it was Galactus.
No, but I'm saying I'm not mad at the fact that they won or how they won. I think that is cool, and I think the result of it is cool. My thing is the initial eureka moment. It's not eureka enough for me. Like I like the dialogue.
Gonna teleport the planet. Now we're just gonna teleport him.
No, like I think the words are cool. Like when he first initially is like, "Oh, you solved it, Sue," and he was like, "Oh, well, if we can't teleport him, we'll teleport the planet." And to being like, "Oh, that's not gonna work." Now we got this plan, but then to see the scale of it, and then knowing that like we're going to have to use their kid as bait. And for it to be this small to the point where it's like, man, he might step on this. you know, because they don't know the scale of really.
They fought him.
That could have been a projection.
Bro, like
I'm just saying, like we didn't.
let
me just say this: we didn't know how big Galactus really was. Because I feel like if they had known how big Galactus was, they would have made it bigger. Because that wasn't it wasn't the original plan. Because it wasn't the original plan, and that was the answer. I was like, this is never going to work. And I just wasn't satisfied with the answer initially. But that's what I'm saying. Like in the result.
Clearly, that's what I'm saying. It's clearly like plan B, like C and D, because they just don't have any options.
Yeah.
And like there could have been a chance that it's just too big that we can't actually warp Galactus away like fully, and he has to be there for But like they probably would do the same plan anyway, like warp away his head, warp away his limbs, like cut him in half, like. Because really they put all their eggs in teleport the planet, like just teleport the planet. So for them to even come up with a plan afterwards, I mean, it would have just been beat them up to death. And
but it also factors into the pacing problem too, because I think like 4 or 5 years passed in this one movie. And I'm just like, once we got down to like the fact that like we know that he's coming and we delayed the inevitable, it's like
1 year passed, right? 2? How old is Franklin at when Galactus arrives?
Well, at the end it was like 4 years after, right?
4 years after.
4 years after that. So in total in the movie it was probably like 5 years, but like I'm just saying, like the time was just passing, and it was
she's
like
pregnant, and then pretty much we know a year later,
like she's not pregnant, and then she's pregnant, and then they go to space, and baby's born, and then it's like months later. They got like 2 months to prepare, because then they have to get there too. So it's like there's this looming time thing, and there's all these montages. And I'm just like, this is cool. But is it great though? I don't know. What else?
Did you think Galactus was cool?
I feel like there wasn't enough Galactus. I think I said that earlier.
Wow. Okay.
Like, it's just hard to say, because it's like I don't know how we're gonna look at this later on when we know everything. But like, I think because he couldn't just initially like destroy the world from the inside like he did the other planet that we saw. And he has to pull up like and drop down Cannonball. I just felt like, I don't know, I'm a little indifferent. Like I know I like Charlotte Ball. I know that Galactus is not over for him, and technically they didn't win. There's elements that I've seen that I'm like, okay, this is good. That's good. But it's just like I still don't know, because I just want to know more about that aspect of it. And for as much of a family movie that they try to make it, it's still superheroes. So it didn't always feel as super as I wanted it to.
Sure.
It's kind of what I'm getting at. And the product that we did get wasn't as like, it didn't astound me so much. So I'm like, man, they need to keep making stuff like this.
Yeah.
So I'm just looking for the benefit, kinda. And it's hard to find. That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Mm.
It's kind of where I'm at with it. But it's all for one watch though too. So, you know, when I see it the next time, I might feel differently. But I just know there's definitely parts that I did really, really like, and there's definitely parts that I didn't like.
Yeah.
And it's just easier to name the parts that I didn't like and brush over the parts that I did like. So, like the space parts was really dope to me.
Yeah. Everything in space was pretty awesome.
Yeah.
I really loved it when they first met Galactus. I thought when he first appeared on screen was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, my jaw dropped when Sue said she was pregnant because like driving up to the movie theater, I was asking the missus, I was like, do you know a lot about Fantastic Four? And she was like, no, just the movie. And I was like, yeah, me too. But I do know about like their son and stuff like that. I was like, do you know anything about their son? And she said, oh, no, I don't know nothing. I was like, oh, it's probably not going to be relevant. And then like 5 minutes into the movie, it was like, I'm pregnant. I looked at her. I said, whoa.
Right.
See, I was like, we sped up right now. We like way in the comics at this point.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic Four for me has always been more of a like it's they over there. Like we need Reed Richards, but we don't necessarily need the Thing or the Human Torch.
Mm-hmm.
Like that was kind of their position in Marvel in my brain. But like in the comics and stuff, it's more. It was always like the more interesting stories was between their daughter and Doctor Doom, because Doctor Doom was like her godfather, and he was named Valeria after I think Doctor Doom's mom, either Doctor Doom's mom or the
somewhere
country
like
or something like that.
Like
Something
that.
like that.
I can't remember.
He named her essentially, right?
Yeah.
So like that was always a more interesting thing. So like the son to me is like more kind of not necessarily new, but just like more so like I'm just like, okay, now we get to learn about this guy.
You know nothing about the son?
I know he's mega strong.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying like narrative wise, I don't really know that much about him.
Oh, yeah.
Like every comic video that I've seen about Fantastic Four has always been in relation to Valeria, not necessarily the son.
Oh, wow.
Or it's been about the maker,
it would make sense,
which is Reed Richards, but like from a different But like that's what I'm saying. Like Fantastic Four has never really been in my bag like that. I just know of the characters, more so than anything else. So, and it's just like it just never felt like they were strong enough to do anything anyway.
Yeah. I feel like Marvel had a lot of balls to just drop Franklin in this movie.
Golly.
Like I was like, dang, we
got a lot of balls.
Yeah, because at this point, them dropping Franklin like right there, I don't know what they're about to do.
Yeah,
it felt like before they have
power.
no hope to defeat Galactus.
Mm-hmm.
How the heck once Doctor Doom is like fully online, like this Avengers squad look weak, and they just said, "Yo, I know you didn't expect this," so it's just kind of like, dang, they can really like power up this squad quickly.
But that's what we've been waiting for, though.
Yeah, and that's why it's like the first steps. This movie does open a lot of doors while also being like just a Fantastic Four movie, like secluded. Boom, you can watch this movie and not even care about the MCU. Like, they don't try to make it like a big.
It's also a different time period too.
Yeah, like it's not the same universe or anything. So it's like they're able to make a Fantastic Four movie secluded from everyone asking the major questions of like, yo, how does this relate to Doomsday? Yeah, so
exactly. Okay. So I guess this is where it comes to an end. This is where the rubber meets the road.
Oh, it's just the beginning. Yeah.
What I need to know your score, bro. Before we get
I
before we
know
get into the
it's the
before we get
beginning
into
of
the
the
end
debate
credits. Yeah.
of what the score is it. All right, so for me, I kind of feel the same with you. I don't like the pace of the movie.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like Galactus is worth it to see on screen.
Hmm.
But what I really watch it again, it's not like a super actiony movie where like, yo, that was so cool, or Galactus's scene right here is so cool. It's just kind of like it's awesome to finally see Galactus comic book form on the screen.
Yeah.
Uh I kind of feel like they got his sizing wrong, but hey, it's
Like,
Galactus kind of always had that weird angle looking up
yeah.
where and I kind of agree with you, like the plan C, even though it worked, it was like, dang, bro could have just walked through the buildings and
Yeah.
just ruined that whole plan. But
Yeah.
I personally didn't think they were gonna win in the first place, and for them to win, especially for Sue to go crazy,
Hmm.
it kind of made me feel better about these superheroes getting more powerful, because we done lost a lot of them.
I still don't know why she
Um,
died.
and she used too much energy.
Uh,
I'm gonna keep talking, but my headset died.
okay.
Um, I think Sue was awesome. Uh, main character vibes, and she gave birth in space to
Yeah.
Franklin.
Crazy.
That whole scene was just crazy. Even the
Yeah.
Silver Surfer, like following them, hawking them down the whole time. It was just
She
amazing.
was about to reach in there,
Uh,
bro,
but
and
yeah,
grab that
so
baby.
seeing Galactus, seeing Silver Surfer, those two, their scenes looked really cool. Not as superhero-y. Pacing with the Fantastic Four was strange. Reed Richards was, I didn't talk a lot about him on the pod, mainly because it was okay. It didn't give enough for me personally, but overall it's fine. And especially if they say they're going to be coming back, I feel like we'll get more effort in future ones. But is it my favorite Mr. Fantastic? Nah. Um, and yeah, I kind of just walked out of the theater feeling like tonally Marvel just went for a different angle. Did I enjoy it? I did. Is it great? No. It's okay. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's like a 7 to me, and
Mm.
I probably won't watch it again. Um, but unfortunately, if you're a Marvel fan, I kind of feel like you have to see it. I feel like it's just mandatory work, because it does kind of feel like this is the first steps to Doomsday, even though you could probably get the quick recap
Hmm.
and still feel confident that you know what's going on. So yeah, I'm gonna go with a 7. Superman better. What's your score, G?
All right, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and change the batteries on this because I want you to hear this. But I think you made a pretty good point on the whole Fantastic Four being quote unquote kind of like work, because that's what it felt like a little bit. Um, I'm gonna just go ahead and say my score real quick, and then we can get into it. I'm giving it a 7.5
Okay.
10. I think the movie is a little bit better than mid. Like, it's not mid to the point where it's like you don't need to go see this, but I feel like you should go see this because of where we're going in the future. So you just have a little bit more context to, you know, who these characters are, and not necessarily just what they show you in Avengers Doomsday. Um the whole movie I was kind of just waiting for, not necessarily it to get good, but like to get that spark, bro. You know, like I was. It's just like there's little things in it. I'm like, yo, like at some point, like these youngins is going to snap and it's going to hit, but it just never really happened. Like, as much as family dinners they done had, everybody still feels very disconnected to me, and I don't think it's for a lack of trying. I think the the gravity of the situation didn't always meet the level of the performance or the level of like what we actually saw. So like when it's high action, high pace moments, which is very like pretty it's not that many, you know.
Yeah.
It was there. But like the portions of the movie that you really come for that like you don't get to see in the trailers, they kind of showed up small or it was one-sided. And that's where I kind of draw the line a little bit to the point that like, yes, this is first steps, but like we should have took a leap, you know, and we didn't take no leap. Like I feel like they played it very, very safe.
Yeah. Like it's an enjoyable 7.
Yeah. And there's like you said, like there's moments like with Galactus specifically where I'm just like, oh my gosh, he's actually there. You know, like not to the point where it's like I get excited like when I see Darth Vader pop up, but like it's a similar type of aura where it's like, oh man, it's like there's just so much we just don't know the gravity of their strength.
Yeah.
And even if like because they said it, like nothing that we have here is gonna be able to really touch him. It's literally gonna have to be something that we can't even like. We have to just move him somewhere else. Like there's nothing else that we could do to quote unquote win. So I think if they had let Sue Storm die, I think it would have hit crazy. But like have him bring her back later. You know what I'm saying? Like at like a I don't know how it will work, but like it was just like too matter of fact. Where it's like we know this has to happen. So how do we make it cool? And the baby just did the baby thing and just started clapping. It's like I did it. Hooray. Yeah. You know? So that was funny. But I just feel like I left the Fantastic Four feeling like they still have so much more to give. And I don't know when we'll see that and if it'll happen in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it could happen in Avengers Doomsday. Because no, like not as the Fantastic Four, no. Like I think there'll be characters that have moments, but like as a major group like they are supposed to be, I don't know how they're going to really hit their strides fighting with the big dogs. It's kind of where I'm at with it. So from what we have seen, like I just don't know if they're willing to do that. Because in the comics, like the Thing has fought plenty of people. You know, Johnny Storm and Spidey have a cool like friendship, and Sue Storm and Reed Richards and their kids are the real family that we get to see in the comics and adjacently Doctor Doom. So I don't know. I'm just waiting to see it. And that's why I just give it a 7.5 because I don't think it's terrible. I don't think it's mid. Like I wouldn't go out there. It's like, yeah, that joint was mid. It's just it was a little bit better. It wasn't good though, but it was a little bit better than mid. You know?
Okay.
So that's kind of where I'm at with it. But okay. Theory time. Now that we know that Dr. Doom pulled up at the end, how are we feeling about that ship we saw in Thunderbolts?
Ambiguous. I mean, We still don't know at all what it means. The best thing about this movie, it essentially they're gonna leave us in the dark going into it. I mean,
Hmm.
I, I'm not sure if you know does Spider-Man come out before Doomsday? Is that official?
No, I
Because
haven't
Doomsday
seen.
is set
I
for
haven't
end
seen
of
no
next year.
dates for Spider-Man 4. I haven't seen no dates. All I know is they want to make one.
So I'm wondering how they're gonna do this because if Spider-Man leads into Doomsday, that's a very strange movie. That's a very strange movie to do before Doomsday.
Yeah.
Um, could make sense to build the most hype. You have a Spider-Man movie. I mean that that makes sense. But
There's still so
as
much
far
more
as
that
the
has to happen though before we get there.
pretty much
It's
that
the problem.
like that spaceship being the Fantastic Four ship, and now we just seen Fantastic Four and it had nothing to do with it.
Hmm.
It's just so ambiguous to what happened, what could have happened. Is that a mid scene in the movie of Doomsday? Um, but the best fact that we got was the Fantastic Four are confirmed now in Doomsday.
Hmm.
Like, it's
And they
not going to be
return.
just like an adjacent. It's only Doom on the ship,
Yeah.
and that's why it's the Fantastic Four ship. We know for sure that they are returning, which is exciting because we kind of need the Fantastic Four to be more active in the overall universe. They need to get them in, get them some burn,
Yeah.
and we pretty much saw in Fantastic Four that Reed Richards already knows how to essentially, move stuff to another
Yeah.
uh
Well, they.
dimension, and they're in another dimension, so it's not going to be too crazy for
Yeah.
them to travel.
Yeah.
But
We know that he can attempt it. We didn't know if
yeah,
it's
he
gonna
could definitely do
work.
it.
We don't know if it's gonna work yet,
Yeah,
but
my thing about these super
the
geniuses,
scales.
he clearly can
Yeah.
can scale it up and do it if he really wanted to.
Hmm.
Um, and then yeah, it's a completely ambiguous because I don't know when the next movie does drop, and if this is
Yeah.
how they want to lead us to it, there's a lot of heavy lifting for that next Doomsday movie, which
Hmm.
means I kind of feel like they know what they want. And last rant on it, the complete unknown thing that they dropped, that Franklin is in the movie, and Franklin is a key uh cog in this piece that is Doomsday.
Hmm.
And what is his major role in all of this? It's probably Doom taking advantage of Franklin to you know merge all of these universes at the same time, and do something crazy. So we got to get this multiverse together somehow, and clearly Franklin and Doomsday tag teaming together is seems like it's the goal, and it's quite impressive if they do have a story here, like because it did not seem like we were the roads were meeting up
Yeah.
at all, but pretty excited for it. But that spaceship, bro, I we still know nothing. We still know nothing.
Yeah.
How you feeling about the spaceship?
I am worried. Like this movie didn't necessarily give me any confidence to Avengers Doomsday being as lit as Infinity War or Endgame. And even though we saw Galactus, even though we saw Doom, even though we saw Franklin,
Mhm.
I don't know. Everything in between is still, like you said, like up in the air, basically. So, as much as it would be cool to have the Fantastic Four in the MCU, I don't know if they're all gonna be on that ship.
Yeah, I don't think they're on the
Like,
ship. I still don't.
I don't think the Thing is gonna be on the ship. I don't think Johnny Storm is gonna be on the ship. I think it's gonna be Reed and Nathan, because Sue is gonna need to use her force fields to protect the launch somehow, and she's gonna sacrifice herself. And the Thing is going to be there because he can't leave her because they have history. And Johnny's just like not really a factor. It's fire. So, will we see them in the movie? Yes, but I feel like they're going to get left. And because
they're going to stay in their universe?
Yeah, and their universe is going to get eaten.
By who?
They're going to get destroyed.
It's going to get eaten?
It might get eaten, or it's going to get destroyed in the calamity, or in the when the universe is hit or whatever.
Okay.
Like, they're not going to be able to get on the ship because they're going to need the smartest person, the most powerful person, and the person that got the influence, and that's Doom, Nate, not Nate, Franklin, and Reed. And then after that, the loss of his wife will cause him to become the Maker. Like, nah, that's not how the story goes. But yeah.
Okay, so you're thinking it's Franklin,
I think
Mr.
it's
Fantastic,
the big three.
and Doom.
Not the Fantastic Four, it's the big three. You know? But I don't think Doom is supposed to be on the ship. I think he stows away. Like, he finesses his way on the ship last minute.
Okay.
You know, and I don't think Franklin's going to be that old either. I think he's going to be a wild card. Like, I don't think he's going to grow up that much.
Oh, yeah. I think what the scene we saw is definitely going to be not that much longer.
It's going to be a Jack situation. Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah, from the Incredibles. You know how Jack has all the powers in the Incredibles?
Yeah.
And he just like used as like not a one-trick pony. What's the opposite of one-trick pony? MacGyver? I don't know.
MacGuffin?
MacGuffin? Isn't it MacGuffin?
I thought it was like an item
where you
that
just use something that's not supposed
to.
Yeah, like when you use something that's not supposed to be used for that thing.
But
it's the only thing that can do
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just think he's gonna be a plot device. That's essentially what I'm saying. So, but yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I wanted the Fantastic Four to get me hyped for Avengers and Doomsday, and it has not. It has just made me a little bit more nervous. Because it's not necessarily because the movie is terrible, but just because it's like we didn't really take first steps.
I kind of feel like we did. I kind of feel like they gave us all the evidence.
They opened the door.
Yeah, but like
they didn't step outside though, Chris.
Like, we already know Dr. Doom is in the movie, so it's kind of like I was already under the assumption Galactus was going to destroy the world. Like, it doesn't change anything. The main change was that Franklin exists in this universe, and the Fantastic Four are going to be in the next Avengers movie, which was very up in the air because the timeline. Everyone was saying like, "Yo, this does not look like it takes place at the same time. Yeah, it's not the same universe. How are they going to get there?"
Yeah, because it's a different universe now. It can work.
Yeah, and it just seems like they have to merge all these. We got Marvel's the Marvels. And then they have that whole situation with the X-Men and what's her name?
Spidey. Jean.
Photon.
Oh, Photon. Yeah.
In another
Monica. Rambo.
Yeah. In another reality, now we have the Fantastic Four, and then we have our universe. So they have to merge it somehow.
There's three right now.
There's three right now. And
we still ain't seen Miles yet either.
I feel like that's got to be in the last Avengers movie.
What if that is the Spider-Man movie?
Very, very well. Like, I don't know if the Spider-Man movie comes before it, which I'm thinking it has to.
Yeah. So if it does, and that's where they get, not necessarily Miles be in the whole movie, but like they introduce him in the end credit or whatever, and that's the transition for, because like Miles and is Miles and one other person, I forgot who it was. It might have been the Maker. I'm not sure. It was only like 2 people that survived his original universe. That's how he got to the main one in Secret Wars or whatever. So if that's how he gets introduced to Spidey or Pete, that would be cool. But like the Spider-Man thing is like kind of like you said, it's like we don't know what that's going to be. It's just like it has to be something that connects it.
It could be, or it could just like show us the state of the world right before Doomsday happens. Do you know what I mean? Because we just spent first steps not in the universe,
not doing that. Yeah.
So it would make sense, because in the current universe, Spider-Man is, no one knows who Spider-Man is. So it would make sense that we start
doesn't know who,
a little bit.
He's Peter Parker, right?
Yeah.
It's Peter Parker anymore.
Yeah. So it's just kind of like now we actually have the device. See, that one I would rewatch. But now we have Lily Franklin being like the power source of how we're getting all 3 of these dimensions to open somehow. And most likely it's Doctor Doom just stealing him for his actual plan.
That forces Reed to go.
Yep, which I think is already what's going to happen. It's going to be Doom and the baby on the ship. Reed and the Fantastic Four are going to create a device to teleport to the correct dimension, pretty much causing
reach.
Causing the incursions, and then they're going to have to use Franklin to stop it, because they already highlighted incursions in Wanda.
Yeah.
So that's just going to come like right back up, and probably something involving with Spidey is going to make the incursions worse when he originally did this spell.
Yeah.
It just seems like they pretty much knocked on all the events, and we saw also in New Avengers, they said like there's a space phenomenon that we got to deal with, and then we see the rocket. So it's almost as if something with the dimensions has already gone through when Doom flew through, and then the Fantastic Four teleporting through again is the thing that breaks it all. And they're just following their Franklin's signature, because freaking Galactus was able just to see Franklin in the whole city. Like, yo, the power source is that way. Reed is gonna be like, yo, my son is all the way in this dimension. Here we go. And that highlight of the Fantastic Four will return soon.
Yeah.
It just makes for them to pop up like halfway through the movie. Everyone be like, yo, what the heck is going on?
Well,
and then to be the MacGuffin of, yo, that is not Tony Stark. I don't know who y'all think this dude is.
See, you keep going back to that, but I'm gonna let you rock. Because
they ain't show his face.
Yeah, but it also looked like his face was distorted because of the way he was touching it, though. So if it's distorted, I'm cool with it. But my thing is, though, what it reminds me of is what could happen is another Incredibles thing where what if, like you said, Dr. Doom steals their ship as Franklin on board, and he gets out of the building, but the only way for anybody to reach him is if the thing throws Mr. Fantastic onto the ship, and he accesses the ship from the outside somehow through a hatch or something.
Oh, like Reed is there?
Yeah. So
yeah,
like,
I like that plan.
It's like, you remember in Fantastic Four? I mean, not Fantastic Four, Incredibles. Dang, Incredibles versus Fantastic Four. Good. At the end of the movie where Miss Incredible or Jack is falling from the plane, whatever, and he's like, I can't do anything. He's like, Bob, throw me, and she throws him. He throws her, and she goes and catches him. So instead of him going to catch Nathan, what if he catches the ship, because he's the only one that can stretch to reach it? He MJs it.
Yeah.
And then he gets on the ship and he's like, boom, he made it. But he's the only one that can do it. Or in the midst of that, he doesn't reach them, but gets hit with the feedback and ends up in the X-Men universe where he meets Monica Rambeau. Then from there, boom, them two go to the OG universe with the X-Men, and now we got X-Men.
So pretty much that is 100% plausible. Like I think it has to be something with them dimension hopping is making it even worse, and that causes the incursion to happen. And them going to Monica's universe first, somehow Reed gets dropped off there. He then helps build the machine to hop through dimensions.
Yeah.
They go pick up the Fantastic Four. They come back to Earth. And then you have Doomsday, like the movie, taking place while Reed is doing all that. And that ultimately breaks loose everything. Like that would make sense to me. Because it's just like Reed has to be right now, the way it's sitting, Reed is the one who creates the device to hop through. He was the one who introduced incursions in Dirty Sprite 2. He was the one saying like, hey, you can't be doing this. Yep. So it only makes sense. Like, why does he know so much? Because he's the one who like done messed it up a few times and knows the dangers of it.
Yeah.
And we know he's super smart. It just doesn't seem like anyone on our current universe.
Yeah, but that's the part that has to be convincing, because in this movie it wasn't.
What?
Like that Reed was super smart. It didn't feel like that to me.
He had a whole like spaceship thing that went light speed to another edge of the universe. I
know he did it.
Tony Stark can't do that.
I know he did it, but we ain't see him build it in a cave. Like that's what I'm getting at. Like all we see him do is flip switches and draw on the chalkboard.
Debate in the chat. Who's smarter?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to say he's not capable. I'm just saying I want to see it. Like I want to be able to believe it. And there's something about
I know.
it.
You saw Iron Man do the little ding, ding.
No, it's not even that. It's like the when he created an element. Sure. That was my moment. Bing, bang, bang. I get it's a different time, right? But like, it's something about the tone that Pedro speaks with that I don't believe that he that smart.
He just too smart, bro.
Like, I seen you in The Last of Us. You ain't that smart. You know what I'm saying?
That's a totally different character, bro.
I know, but
merging universes.
We gotta figure something out, because it can't be just the dialogue. It's gotta be something else that makes it believable. Or he just gotta chill out for a second. One of the two. I know he getting that bag, but golly, he got another movie coming out. I think it might be already out. Where he like a sheriff or something.
The Pedro Pascal hate club.
I'm not hating on, like, that used to be my dog, bro. That used to be my dog, but it's like, yo, he doing too much, man. He doing way too much right now, and it's losing the magic. You know,
I ultimately am just very interested in like why does Doom need Franklin? Like,
yeah.
I feel like that question was not even in anyone's mind at all. Maybe if I look it up, we could find it, but I'm not gonna, because I kind of feel like Marvel might be cooking. Like they knew
whatever it's for is something for him. So like, cause like there's
for maybe an incursion to happen. Like,
well, like maybe it's just having that power, because like he is a power hungry individual. So like you see something. He becomes supreme or whatever, some comics, and it's like even like he does a lot of different things where he gets all these upgrades. They don't always last, but like I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? But it's always something that is like selfish but selfless at the same time, because of who he's doing it for. It's just the way he be going about it, be selfish on the surface, you know? So, yeah, I just need him to not look like Tony Stark, and I'm good. That's where I'm at.
Oh.
You know? But, okay. Okay, so for some reason, I thought you liked the movie way more. My score is still higher than yours. somehow.
Yeah, I think it's enjoyable. Like I enjoyed myself going to see it. Like it felt
Yeah.
good being at the movies, watching it, and seeing
Hmm.
Galactus. But when I really think back to like my
See what you just
favorite
said?
Marvel movies,
Seeing Galactus,
yeah,
not the Fantastic Four.
because like I knew that from the get go. Like
Yeah,
it's a
I
Human
know.
Torch, the thing, the
Yeah,
dude stretches and the invisible. Like
it's not their
they weren't
fault.
gonna.
It's not their fault.
Yeah, like I said, they're
Yeah.
solid. It's just kind of like them
Hmm.
fighting Doom to me would be way better than them fighting Galactus. But Galactus is
Yeah.
always fights the Fantastic Four.
Hmm.
But what was I gonna say? It's just kind of like when I think of the Marvel movies I like the most, there's definitely not a moment in this movie where I'm like, yo, that was amazing. That was
Yeah.
epic. It's definitely a Marvel movie I'd throw on and when I'm not really watching. It's like the background Marvel movie. Um, so it's just
Hmm.
like I can't really put it that high. Like I would definitely watch Dirty Sprite 2 again before I watched Fantastic Four. And I haven't seen
Yeah.
that movie in forever.
And
Like
if you're not up to date with the lore, Dirty Sprite 2 is Doctor Strange 2.
yeah.
Multiverse of Madness. But yeah, I agree.
Like that one to me is way more entertaining than this one. But
For sure.
they have
A
Galactus and
million
it's the
times.
legit one. It's not a cloud monster that they did before in the past. So I think two
I didn't
times
see that.
actually. Oh yeah.
I didn't see that
Oh,
movie. Okay. Where the heck are the Eternals?
bruh.
You know?
That's how if Galactus is coming back, that's how he's gonna have to come back.
Mhm.
Crazy. But we'll see.
So many questions, so little time, bro. And it's getting to the point where I need to watch some of these movies over again. I'm feeling it. Like it's been a
I'm
long
definitely gonna
time.
do the marathon before Doomsday.
Like, yeah. Because
Yo, Doomsday is gonna be a 10 out of 10. It's gonna
okay. It
be
has to
a
be.
10 out of 10.
It
I
has to
feel it.
be. So I don't know. If it's
But
not
this one's 7.
like especially after Superman came out, they need another James Gunn, bro.
Yeah, I'm glad James Gunn didn't direct this one because it would have felt weird.
Oh, this is the last question I had. So you said that you would have felt way better if the Fantastic Four was fighting Doom. But
Yeah.
what if in another universe, instead of fighting Doom, they was fighting Kang? How would you feel about that?
I think would have been fine.
Mm.
I do think they're gonna close that loop end somehow. I just don't
Because
understand how.
I think in the original thing, that's who he was fighting, was the Fantastic Four. Egypt.
Mm.
He was like the all the
That's the one they
different all
fought.
the different versions of Kang. Yeah, was the Egypt or Pharaoh.
Like I know there's still a reality where like Reed Richards is Kang or something like that. But I still feel like they're gonna tie that loophole with the whole Kang, the Conquerors, and the Colosseum.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they do that with Doom or something, but
Yeah,
if it was Kang in
I just want to
another,
understand the power cosmic, bro. Now I gotta read.
wait, they merge stories
They do
for sure. So I do feel like reading ahead for this stuff is not gonna spoil you. So
like I know what to stay away from. I just want to have a better understanding of just the power cosmic and Galactus as a whole. Because
yeah,
it's like
I think Galactus stuff is safe for now. Like all the
Yeah.
Doom stuff is probably where the
Yeah.
research is going to right now because
Yeah.
anything Franklin, anything Doom is automatically.
I'm staying away from
it's in that
Franklin.
realm. Yeah. I feel like you
Staying
have
away
to
from
now.
Franklin right now.
No.
But okay. Let us know what y'all think about Fantastic Four First Steps in the comment section below. Did you like
Where the
it?
10s at?
Did you not
Where's the
like
10s
it?
at?
Did you fall asleep in the movie? Did you snore?
That's a
Let me
1.
know. I forgot to ask you, Chris, what you geeked about, bro?
Man. I'm actually right now I'm caught between picking up this One Piece journey again, man.
Good journey.
but football season is calling my name, so I've been
Oh,
researching a lot of teams. Like,
okay. You trying to
just,
see who about to get cut?
yeah, I'm just trying to trying to figure out these rankings, figure out like what the actual records are about to be.
Mm-hmm.
Worrying about my team. So it's a little weird. I'm pretty geeked about the football season coming up. I've literally been even planning like which games I might try to go to. Like I
Mm-hmm.
already have the home games, so I'm like, maybe I slide through an away game here or there.
Enemy territory.
Yeah. And I'm pretty geeked that I do want to announce this. I finished Jujutsu Kaisen.
Hey,
I finally caught up all
how does your
47
brain feel?
episodes. Bro, that show is complicated. I'm not gonna lie. It's so complicated.
Yeah,
Like even sometimes I'm just like, I'm not getting exactly what
yeah.
they're meaning.
The main expansions.
Yeah,
Nah, the
it's so
lobster episode when it was
bro,
fighting
I
on
hated
that
that
beach,
one.
bro. Oh my gosh,
I hated that
my
one.
brain was done on that one, bro. I was like, yo, this don't make any sense at all. That's when I
I
started first contemplating the manga, bro. I was like, yo, the manga might be the way to go because this don't make any sense at all.
no, I started pausing. I would
Yeah.
pause so many times to reread the sentence, and I
Yes.
was still like very confused because then the next person would be like, "Oh, I'm gonna counter it this way," and that's
Mm-hmm.
how I did it. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't understand. Like,
Yep. The math
but
don't be mathing. I'm watching it in dub right now.
hey,
So
I might
I'm
try that. I
running.
might
I'm
try that.
running it back right now. I'm in the middle of running it
But
back.
I'm this close to just reading ahead on this one too because
Mm-hmm.
I just want to know because it's
Can't help
pretty.
yourself.
Yeah, I can't help myself now, and it's pretty complicated.
The loop has been cemented that as soon as you finish something, now you got to go read it. Can't help it.
Yeah, I think the only one I'm not gonna do is Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
So this is a good test, but man, was that animation? I know that studio takes a long time because they also do Chainsaw Man, and Chainsaw Man hasn't been back in years. So I don't know when season 3 is coming out, but they stopped at such an amazing part.
Yeah.
Like that story is moving and is incredible. So I'm pretty hyped that I finished that. But I'm thinking I'm gonna just go
Oh,
back to One Piece, and that's pretty much all I've been geeked about. What you geeked about, G?
you just reminded me of old girl, bruh. She got cooked.
Oh yeah.
She got cooked. I'm not gonna say who it is, but she got cooked.
Yeah.
Cause I was just trying to think of like what happened. I'm like, oh yeah, Sukuna got to go crazy.
Yeah.
No? Did you watch the movies or no?
No, I might watch that like tomorrow.
Yeah, you should watch the
Zero.
movies. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was like towards like the beginning of the season, right? Like
It's a prequel. It's a prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
For sure. Okay. That's what's up. That's what's up.
What you geeked about?
Gachi Okuda. 3 episodes out right now. And
What'd you
I
think?
think this world is kind of dope. Like I'm really excited about just like seeing everybody's different items that they're gonna be using. And like I'm in the middle of episode 3 right now, but I'm just like I think it's good. And the fact that like I don't know, people I've seen mixed reviews on it. Where like I think those people are more probably manga people. But I don't know. I think it's dope. And I'm really enjoying it right now. I also watched Happy Gilmore too.
Oh.
And that joint is better than Fantastic Four.
You serious?
Yeah. I gave it an 8. I gave it an 8.
Okay.
But like the first Happy Gilmore was a hard watch though. I will say that. Like looking at watching it in
not a Happy Gilmore fan. Yeah.
I was like, man, this is what they was getting paid the big bucks for back in the day.
That was a big time movie.
You know? But like, cause I've seen Happy Gilmore before, but I haven't watched it in a long time. And I'm just thinking like, man, they was really getting away with everything. Or was it just Adam Sandler? I think it was just Adam Sandler. Because it's like nobody else is getting away with that kind of nonsense that he had going on. Still enjoyed it. Still enjoyed it. And then what else? I finished another book. I finished Discipline is Destiny. It's like
nice.
3 or 4 now this year. Going crazy.
Crazy, man.
Chris reading manga. I'm reading what I'm reading, you know? And then I seen Anora. Did I talk about that?
No.
Yo. Anora was way better than I was expecting. But like also it was good because it was like it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Okay. Like it was way funnier than what I thought it was gonna be. But also like it got serious when it needed to get serious. And it turned into a different movie as I was watching. I was like, oh. I just thought, I was like, oh, this train's just freaked out. But
I haven't seen it yet. I should. But it was
like the end, like the way they ended, bruh. I was like, oh man.
What, cinema?
It's not even that it's cinema, like something crazy is happening. It's just like you just feel it. Like
Okay.
I'm just like, yeah, let it out. Like
dang.
It's a crazy ending. Because it's like you put your brain on and realize what's happening. I'm like, that's actually nuts. But like at the same time, like, dang, that's tragic. Like, that's crazy. So I watched that before they took it off of the thing because I was like, dang, I don't know when they're gonna do that though. So it's not like it's like a date that they had set. It's like if you don't watch it by then, like I just was like, I've had it on my list forever. And I was like, I need to watch it. But yeah, other than that, I've just been watching One Piece still. Finally, actually watching the sub, and I missed the dub. I'm not gonna cap. It was so much easier.
That's funny.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
it was so much easier, and I'm really adopting dub now, though. Like, if it's not like an older show, I'm watching that joint in dub. You know, like I think the voice acting is just as good now than it is in other stuff. But I think like for the classics, it still hit crazy. And then yeah, bro, that's pretty much it. I can't believe I almost forgot. Well, I did forget to do this, but you reminded me. That's dope. But yeah, and we're almost at 200 episodes, bro.
Nice.
Amazing. So that's what I'm geeked about, man. Anything else? No, I think that's it. But yeah, appreciate y'all for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe button for more. And we'll see y'all next week. Stay geeked. Peace.
Later, y'all.